Hello everyone, welcome back to a 1v1 Warhammer battle. I am playing as Norska. We are facing off against the vampire counts with an odd army, to say the least. For my army though, we are being led by Throg because he has that bonus versus large, and the vampire counts, a lot of their powerful creatures are large creatures that are relatively unarmored, so I feel like Throg can do pretty good in this situation. We also have the Skin Wolf Werekin. Our front line is 2 Berserkers and a Marauder. We have 1 Feral Mammoth, a Shaman of Fire, because I want the Fire buff spell, because again, regenerating creatures is a big thing for vampire counts, and I think that's probably a good pick. We also have 2 Skin Wolves here, both armored, and then including the Maws of Savagery. Then I think I already mentioned I have 2 Spears. And then back here we have 3 Marauder Hunters with Javelins. The enemy has 5 Dire Wolves, 4 Fellbats, a Terrorgeist, 2 Vargeist, a Master Master Engineer, a Master Necromancer, 2 Cryptors, and a Puppy, or Vargulf. And I remember thinking, like, well, this is an odd army to take against Norska, but like, maybe, like, okay, I don't know, maybe they'll pin my Mammoth down with a bunch of Fellbats, one after the other, and then try and kill the rest of my army. Like, Direwolves on the charge can still do pretty good against, most of the Marauders of Norska, because they're relatively unarmored, and on the charge, Direwolves do pretty good damage. So I'm like, well, let's see how this goes. They didn't really have much of a front line, just a bunch of monster creatures and then mobile creatures. I'm gonna choose not to go over in the water, because there I will have a severe weakness, because all of our units, most of our units, are small, and as you know, they take penalties in the water, whereas the vampire counts big creatures will not. So we're just going to try to move over here, and then we're going to, my initial plan is to try and get our Marauder Hunters up here to the edge and start throwing at the Cryptors to try and get the enemy to start charging us. You can see the Direwolves going around this flank. You can see the Flying Force, the main bulk of it anyway, going over here. They are soon going to start pressing forward into my Marauder Hunters with Javelins. I guess we can fast forward a little bit. Just positioning here. At first I thought that these Fellbats are going to attack us, but they are not going to. They're instead going to get into the back and I think get ready to charge our Javelins. Which is why I'm keeping our Skin Wolves pretty close to the Javelins. I'm keeping my Spearmen close, just because I'm assuming that's where the enemy wants to go. We get close enough to start hitting the Terrorgeist and Vargeist with our Marauder Hunters Javelins. That's going to get them to start charging into the Javelin line. We're going to try and hold off these Cryptors with, I believe, this one Marauder there. We're going to get into this Puppy with the Mammoth and these Berserkers. These Vargeist decided to charge into the Spearmen. Maybe that was a misclick, or maybe they thought they could take on the Spearmen. They do a lot of good charge damage there. Going to try and pin down the Terrorgeist, which is taking a lot of damage from all these Skin Wolves, Skin Wolf Werekin. And then we're going to cast the Flaming Sword of Wrath and Ruin. Or not, is it Wrath and Ruin? Flaming Sword of Ruin. So now we have flaming attacks on all these units, including on Throg. And you're going to see this Terrorgeist does not like getting hit with flaming damage. And it's just, it's bad. That thing just dies. Before my Mammoth can even get there, which is what I was sitting there to take out. So now we're going to focus on the Vargeist. You can see all the puppies are going to try and take out these Berserkers, including the Vargulf. You have more Vargeist that actually did manage to rout off this Spearman with the help of this Direwolf. Again, the Dire Puppies can do some damage, especially against Marauders. Trying my best to keep our Javelins safe, so I keep trying to pull them away. We pulled up our front line. Berserkers over here to try and deal with these Direwolves. Trying to get these Spearmen over here to help deal with the Vargeists and the Puppies. I think it's what I'm doing over there. Maybe I'm just trying to keep them in between. I can't remember. I'm trying to keep these Javelins safe. There we go. Another Dire or Fellbat is going to fall to our Berserkers and the Javelins, even in melee. Meanwhile, Throg is up here dealing with one of the Cryptors. I think we've already dealt with the second one. Yeah, the second one was also up here that we already dealt with, because I had the Skin Wolf Werekin and Throg up here just doing a lot of anti-large damage. One of our Berserkers are routing over here due to the weight of all the Dire Wolves and the Vargulf. But we are taking out the Vargeist there. The last Fellbat is slowly dying over there. This Cryptor is still slowly dying over here against Throg. Now you can see I'm throwing a lot of good anti-large javelins into it, so that is going to shatter. And then we get a Curse of Years dropped on us, but it's going to be a little bit too late for the Puppies and the Vargulf, who are now going to shatter and start crumbling. I'm not entirely sure if this army was built as an anti-Norscan army, or if it was just an army that this player wanted to try out. Initially I was like, this is weird, but I was like, you know, maybe they have a plan. Well, if they did have a plan, we managed to shut the plan down by murdering their Terrorgeist super quickly. Like, I don't think a Terrorgeist, you know, I shouldn't say for sure. I don't think I've ever put a Terrorgeist in a situation where they were fighting against a Mammoth. I'm going to assume they don't do super well, even though they are anti-large creatures. The the Mammoth just has so many hit points that the Terrorgeist does not have. Like, maybe if it's cycle charged a lot, it could eventually take down a mammoth. Maybe, but that would be kind of hard. Especially when you're facing off against a force that is imbued with fire damage, which again is the reason why I brought the Fire Shaman, because they are, I would consider, one of the hard counters to vampire counts. And like, let's be real, I think Norska in general is like a hard counter to vampire counts, as vampire counts were a hard counter to dwarves. Not as much anymore due to the nature of the nerf of Raised Dead, but I still think vampire counts should do pretty well against dwarves. But I think Norska just straight up is just a really great counter to vampire counts. They have all the tools. They have more than enough tools needed to take down a lot of the important units that vampire counts rely on, including like the engine. My goodness, what the hell is that giant engine called? The Mortis engine. Good God, I can't believe the name escaped me. Because you got the javelins with the range that do anti-large. You got berserkers that can crush their grave guard. I think they can crush grave guard. I'm pretty sure they can. If not, then they can hold them for a very long time as they start raging up. Then you have all the other the mammoths, the skill. Like, I think it's going to be a tough fight for vampire counts to kill a well-prepared Norscan army. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed the battle with this unorthodox vampire count build, which is why I want to show it, because it was unorthodox. I don't think I've ever seen a build quite like this one before. But yeah, let's go watch a cinematic view of this one. What, I'm sorry, what did you say? Gah? 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 Alright, I never noticed the hitboxes of the Fellbats are actually also below them apparently, because the javelins were like sticking underneath the bats. That's a little weird. What up, buddy? Javelin in the face. I was ready for that Terrorgeist to land. Man, get hit with the frost breath. There we go. So they... What the hell happened to you? Why is your hand in your face? What are you? Why are you hitting yourself? What? There's nothing that could have hit. Maybe the mammoth launched them unintentionally. That's weird. Anyway, thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed. I will see you all in the next battle. Take care.